All right, welcome back, everyone. Liam, we had everything this week. We had that blazing hot streak. We had some cooler temperatures, some spotty showers. What's the weekend going to look like?
Well, the weekend will be a kind of a mixed bag once again. So it looks like Saturday is probably going to be more of an unsettled day. Not a total washout, but a little unsettled. Sunday, though, is looking like the better of the two weekend days. So a very picture-perfect June day for Sunday.
So that's the one you want to go on your hike with,
you
want to go window shop with, get out.
Exactly, yes. So Sunday right now is looking like the better of the two weekend days. Saturday is looking a little unsettled. But first, let's get through today. We've made it to Friday, and we're going to be seeing a lot of clouds today, but some sun. So yesterday was a cool day with pretty much overcast conditions all day long with a couple of spotty showers here or there. But again, yesterday wasn't a washout. Today, kind of similar, less showers today, maybe a spot shower, but we're pretty much going to be dry today. And we will see a lot of clouds, but some sun as well. So you can see your 24 showing a lot of clouds today. Our temperatures will be climbing up through the 60s. So unlike yesterday, our temperatures today will be actually climbing throughout the day. Yesterday, they were falling through the day. So today, we're going to be seeing our highs right around 68 to 70 degrees by 10, 11 o'clock. And then we're going to top off today probably between about 73 to 76 degrees as we head into the afternoon for the valley. The Berkshires likely are going to be around 70 degrees. A lot of clouds, but we will see some breaks of sun today. As we head into the evening, we're going to be seeing our temperatures falling through the 60s. We'll see building clouds as we head into the overnight hours, and then our shower chances do go up as we head closer to midnight. So we will see some spotty showers during the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. It also looks like we'll be a little unsettled first thing in the morning as well. A lot of clouds, a few spotty showers around, so it will be a damp start to your Saturday. And right now, Saturday, not necessarily looking like a washout, but there will be periods of time where we will be seeing a few showers around, especially in the morning and then again in the late evening with a little bit of a midday break. So Saturday is going to be kind of an interesting day. Right now, our temperatures are starting off in the upper 50s and lower 60s all across the area. Dew points are in the 50s, so it's not overly humid. In fact, dew points are going to continue to remain in the 50s for the day today. So low humidity is something we get to enjoy today. However, that will change as we head into tomorrow. Dew points are up near 70, so it will turn more humid as we head into tomorrow. We've got a warm front on the way, which will bring up our humidity as well and keep us a little unsettled. And then we've got a cold front on the way for later on Saturday. Behind that front, Sunday will turn less humid. Still maybe a touch muggy at times with the dew points in the lower 60s, both on Sunday and Monday, but significantly less humid than Saturday. And then on Tuesday, we will see our dew points going back up into the middle 70s, so it will turn more humid, and then we'll see that drop off a little bit more as we head into Wednesday. So the humidity levels are going to be kind of going up and down over the next few days or so. Your satellite and radar shows a lot of clouds out there right now, maybe a couple of isolated periods of some drizzle, but what we're really watching is this area of low pressure, and we also have a front that's pretty much stretched all across the Midwest towards Chicago and then getting down into Missouri. You can see that wet weather there associated with it. And then we've got a warm front here where you can kind of see a little bit of some unsettled weather. That warm front is going to come through as we head into later on today and into tonight. That brings up our humidity for tomorrow. So this is your warm front that's going to come through first. With it, we'll see a lot of clouds and then a few spotty showers during the overnight and into first thing tomorrow morning. Waking up tomorrow morning, a lot of clouds, a couple of isolated spotty showers, maybe a quick downpour in some areas, and then we'll catch a break during the midday with some breaks of sun. Temperatures tomorrow right around 80 degrees, and then we have a cold front on the way for the evening. This cold front may bring us a round of showers, downpours, maybe even a couple of rumbles of thunder in it as well. Behind the front, we turn less humid, mostly sunny for your day on Sunday. So Sunday is shaping up to be a beautiful day. Any storms that do form on Saturday, primarily in the evening, really don't have a high chance of becoming severe, so we have at least that to be grateful for. We don't really have an expectation for severe weather on Saturday. Just a couple rumbles of thunder are possible in the evening, but Sunday shaping up to be a beautiful day. The pick of the weekend, mostly sunny, 84 degrees, lower humidity, and then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, we do start to warm things up with a high around 90, and we do have storm chances on Tuesday. Right now, as we head closer to the 4th of July, looking dry and seasonable.